So I've completely abandoned minimalism and fully embraced maximalism. So let me tell you why you should reconsider if you're moving tepidly. Because the reality is that's what minimalism is. It's playing it safe, it's organizing your finances, it's getting away from the material. And I understand the utility of that. However, maximalism on the other hand is really the ultimate expression of beauty. Okay, and it's going to require you to extract every squeeze, every telomere in your body has to sort of become its maximum expression, right? It's a maximum. So I had a realization when I was traveling that it wasn't about stacking bread. It wasn't about having my finances necessarily in the complete order. I thought it was. What it really was, what life really came down to whilst I was traveling was that I needed good food. I needed good espresso. I needed conversation. I needed art. I needed architecture. I needed beauty. I needed to be surrounded by nature. All those things. And that is what I.e. experiences, right? I had a stack experience. That was the maximal sort of expression for me, right? It wasn't minimal. Um, Maximalism, however, is also going to require effort, entropy, potential, interest, intrigue, imagination, living, all the things that are really going to be able to stack in terms of the experiences. Minimalism, however, is more tempered. It's vanilla. It's cool. It's calm. It's very much a millennial response to the economic conditions we've had, and so I understand it. However, I don't agree with it any longer because I think you have to understand too. Maximalism isn't about hedonism. It's not about completely going in that direction. It is, however, understanding that you want to expedite and you want to extract as much as you can from your strengths, but also losses and stress, and you carry that weight with you. Okay, so it's the good and the bad. It's max effort, but it's max stress. You know, it's all your quirks, all your strengths, all your weaknesses. It's everything. It's you're maximizing everything, right? The good and the bad. Um, because the reality is, there's nothing worse than being a miser. Deep down, that's what minimalism will unfortunately breed because people take that part of it, right? They take that part and they run away with it as best they can. And you want to definitely stay away from cheap people. Anybody who's been around them, they are energy vampires, as if you will, and they'll suck you dry. They're definitely bad vibes, if you will. The thing is too, so I got a story for you. I got robbed one time. This is when I was really deep into minimalism. I got robbed one time. So I had a girlfriend and I was on a date with another girl. So you can imagine that. I guess you could say I paid the price ultimately for my mischievous nature. Anyhow, so I was on a date. I get home and my spot is ransacked. Everything's all over the place. And like I said, at the time, I didn't have a lot of money. So it's not like I was living lavishly, if you will. But I had a laptop, a pair of favorite jeans, a jacket, and shoes. And it seemed like they took my favorite things because they really did. And I was livid. I was crushed, you know, because I was like, shit, I'm not going to be able to replace these things right away, right? A laptop, a MacBook, the nice things that I had acquired in terms of like the material stuff. It really hurt me at the time. I was pissed. And obviously, of course, you know, living in the city, it was, of course, you know, some gangsters, some knuckleheads, some degens that broke in. And, you know, I learned from that whole situation, which was that I was never going to be emotionally attached to anything, to items, right? To material stuff. Like, I just was like, anything I buy from here on out, I should be willing and okay with losing. And that changed everything for me. That was sort of like the beginning of the end. And I slowly distanced myself from minimalism because that's what it was based on. It was fear based. I was collecting, I was stacking, which is really just, there's nothing natural and in nature about stacking. I saw a squirrel a couple days ago. He robbed an avocado from the neighbor and he buried it in the ground, and I saw him bury it, and I was thinking to myself, like, that's what squirrels do. That's not what we should be doing, right? We should maximize all that we have, and then as you go along, you acquire more things. But the point is, in this case, right, the maximalism sort of mindset isn't so much about stacking up things as it is stacking up experiences. And I don't know if minimalism can necessarily give that to you like a maximalist mindset can. Okay, so keep that in mind. I hope this helps, and I'll see you in the next one.